Okay everybody, in this step we are actually going to be removing all of the trigger grouping and all of the internals, as well as, I'm not sure if I can fit into this video, but this little base plate right there which actually covers the new trigger hole and the nut insertion area for the pistol grip. So the first thing is, if you notice as I was talking about earlier, you have this little pivot area right there, so that when you turn your trigger, let's set the focus, that happens. And for that they have these two little rivets right there. The first thing we're going to want to do is remove these two rivets. So to do that, we're going to want a 5/32 drill bit. As you can see, it's just enough to start removing the edges of the rivet. For me, I don't want to try to drill into the receiver if I don't need to. So, power drill. And put it in. And as I'm sure you can see, I don't actually have a vise, so, you know, my apologies. But again, safety first, etc., etc. Then on this one, right there, and then on this one, just like that. Okay. And I think that'll be enough. Let me check. We're gonna try to, you know, hammer this guy out right now. Let me see. Okay. So with this, I think this one will be good. Nope. We're gonna want the bigger one. So I'm going to use a 1/8 punch. I'm just going to do it over here because it's not really going to do much anyway. Let's see if we can zoom in. Okay. Let's hope these go through. There we go. That's one. And we're going to have the second one. It's almost through. This one is probably going to need a tad more going for it. So let's do that. I might even want to use the bigger one. As you can see, sometimes there are very, very big differences in tolerances with these guns. There we go. Done. So as you can see, both of those guys are now out. Turn it around. They're right there. And we're just gonna... Actually, I might need to get more of a punch going through. There we go with that one. And then with this one, this is just one of those bad aspects of not actually having a vise, but if you guys can bear with me on this, it'll be fine. There we go. Okay, so those are now out. Pull those out. These you can actually just completely throw away. They have no real use anymore. This you can see is the first part of the Saiga's trigger system. It's very stupid. Like I said, it has a lot of different pivot points because of that. Okay, perfect, perfect. So that is now out. And from that aspect, we're going to want to actually use our handy dandy pick, I believe. And we're going to want to just take this little spring that's in there on the side and just push it out through the back. So you now have this spring, and again, since we have the retaining plate, we can throw this spring away as well. And you're also going to want to pull the second part of that pivot, which normally makes it go like this, as you can see, out, throw those away, and we are now left with these pieces. So we're going to want to take the springs. If you look in, you can see two springs in there, two little spring ends. With our hook, we're just going to pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, and take it and place it right above the hammer. I'm not sure if that's zooming in or not. There we go. Toss that down. And then do it again with the second piece down there as well. Okay, that's out now. We're now left with this. You'll notice that once the spring is gone, this has no real tension either anymore. We're now, I believe, going to want to tap out these two pins right there, which are the retaining pins for the trigger group. And these are actually very simple to do, as you can see. Just pull them both out, and these are going to be used again, so make sure you keep them safe. If you do like the bolt catch open, which I'm going to discuss a little bit later, you're going to want to keep this little spring, and you're going to want to keep the plate that's in there as well. But for now, I'm just going to remove the disconnect on the trigger, as well as the actual hammer and the spring. And a lot of people will actually zip tie these two together just to keep it safe. I don't have a zip tie on me, so I hope that it doesn't explode. So that's done. This right here is the second piece I was talking about for the bolt catch. Keep that as well. I'm a fan of the bolt catch, but some people are not. And now if you look in, you'll see that all of the guts have actually been taken out as well. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next video where we discuss, finishing this and actually getting it ready for painting, as well as removing this down there. Okay, see you guys next time.